I stumbled upon a promotion for a steamy romance novel. I never read 50 Shades of Grey, but this ad says 50 Shades of Grey can't hold a candle to this book. I'll read the first chapter because when I was reading, I was like, wow, what a way with words. The Millennium Wolves. All I could see was sex, a dark forest, bodies shuddering, mouths moaning, and in the middle of the grotesque orgy, the alpha himself, naked, towering at his 6'5" with disheveled jet black hair and golden green eyes. His aura was overwhelmingly masculine, dominant. The alpha cocked his head in my direction slightly. My heart beat, stuttered, wanting him to single me out in this dark frenzy of a night. To be the first to take me, own me. Aiden, I dared to whisper, knowing full well it was against the rules to address the alpha by his name. His head turned to finally look at me, and boom! I jolted awake with a start, eyes flying open and breath still caught in my throat. It was dark outside, and the pack house was silent. All I could hear was the patter of rain and the low rumble of a thunderclap, the one that had woken me. I was curled up in a cozy nook in one of the lesser frequented pack house sitting rooms, my sketchbook and pencil still in my lap. The room was dark, save the light of the fireplace and the flashes of lightning streaming in through the window. How long had I been asleep? How late was it? I'd never been at the pack house this late, after seemingly everyone had gone home, and it dawned on me whose home I was in, alone. My heart still raced from the disturbing sexual dream, the alpha at its center. It had all felt so real, and that terrified me because deep down, I knew it wasn't just a dream. No, it could only mean one thing. The haze, the werewolf mating season was coming, and soon. The season comes once or twice a year. When it hits, an unpredictable sexual hunger infects all the pack, all at once, at least everyone above the age of 16. Those who don't already have mates have a temporary partner to satisfy their burning desires for the season. I dreaded the haze, this year more than ever, because the truth was that I had a burning secret. At the age of 19, I was the only she-wolf in our whole pack who was a virgin. I'd been through 3 mating seasons, and no matter how sex-crazed I became, I was determined to save myself for the only person who was worth it. My fated mate, whoever he might be, I know, very unwolfy of me. I felt the grogginess of my sex dreams slowly lift, blinking a few times, and that's when I saw them. A pair of brilliant golden green eyes watching me from a shadow in the room. I tried to scramble up until I felt a pull so magnetic that my whole body went rigid. I lowered my eyes instinctively. No, 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 not him. The shadow shifted, and in an instant, he towered over me. Aiden! Fucking Norwood! The alpha took a step closer as if to test me. We were so close, I could reach out and touch his rippling muscles and golden skin. I could feel every hair on my body rise in trepidation. Or was it temptation? Heart thumping, I kept my eyes peeled to the sketchbook in my lap. No one in their right mind dared to look the alpha in the eyes. It could only mean one of two things. 1. You were challenging the alpha's dominance, aka a death wish. Or 2. You were inviting the alpha to sex. Forgive me, sir, I said quietly. I must have fallen asleep. I didn't mean to overstay. What were you dreaming about? He said finally. That voice. His words sounded loaded with menace. Like at any second he might rip your throat out with his bare human form teeth. I imagined the alpha sinking his canines into my flesh, feeling my core heat. Oh goddess. I gulped audibly, feeling my cheeks flush and scrambling to formulate words. In one fluid motion, the alpha was on top of me, pinning me down. His hands cupped my face, thumb stroking my lower lip. Look at me, he commanded, and the dominance radiating from his voice had my eyes snapping to his in an instant. I drank him in, savoring the closeness between us and those seriously beautiful, hypnotic eyes. I traced his face, brutal, jagged, yet somehow overwhelmingly handsome. His eyes, his eyebrows, that looked hoarse to the touch, like a residual of his werewolf form, and a nose, even though slightly crooked, no doubt broken in some past scuffle, that couldn't interfere with his so attractive it hurts looks. Your dream. Tell me, he said again. And my body had no option but to obey.